Kublai ya pi baro ki bapet ikene ko kubor jongi upet ngo cable news. Kimat bakong sam jong ka thup kubor menta ka tayo kilong. Rai ka sarkar jalla ban pinke khajna ya ka petrol ba diesel. Hapo khat sansi enthawno ek komite ban sedang ke jingjure bat penbet ko jong ka wat baat. An ujor mukot duma ke jak bom halo ke sekolah ya penbet put hapadeng ke sarkar Assam bat Meghalaya. Da ke CSC thau ke SKRS bat ke Sauseng banyang persya ke ketem Khalai Haribhoi district. Shong jingalang ke KJD STA halo ke jing kinu hikai bat ban kentiu ya ke rukom hikai ya ke kena skul. Bat kamnyar ban shem kinong Samaria hagen kesengi bamenta ban ne isne lem ya ki wei. Kakan Huan Menteri Kebalaya Kenduk Hakas Balang Jong Katayo Kalashem Yakarai Ban Penduk No Yake Meghalaya Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act Araja Khatsau Bat Ban Pentre Kamno Dakaan Jong Kasokar Pedeng Hakabiyade Bat Kinong De Madan Bat Kakan Huan Menteri Kalarai Ru Ban Penkiu No Yakador Khajana Jong Ko Umpenyang Petrol Bat Ke Diesel.
Kanun Menteri Kebalaya Kenduk hak Pesawat Trik Menailar Arhajar Arpuar Kalashem Karai ban penduk no ya ke Meghalaya Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act Arhajar Khatsau. Bat ban penteri kamno dakaan jong sarkar Pedeng kebelatip kum ke Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act Arhajar Khatsau. Hak bedai kinong demadan. Habayakran beginong pathai kubor Menteri Sarkar Jela James PK Sangma ulong bagi Sarkar Jela kelathau ya la kejongkaan. Hendrei habag Sarkar India kelathau ya ka Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act hagasnam Arhajar Khatsau. Komta ketenat Sarkar kelawan ra egamat kejingelang jong Kanun Menteri ban penduk no ekaan jong Sarkar Jela Hendrei ban penteri kamno dakaan kebelathau da ke Sarkar Pedeng. Uniu Menteri Sarkar ulong bagi Sarkar Jela kan penteri kamno dakaan jong Sarkar Pedeng bat mentakin hak bansnai di rule bat ki katukan kimat ki bakong sam. Hak rule ki kentup ya ka bansnai ka Town Vending Committee bat ka riti terekam jong ka committee. Hak ba Chief Executive Member Neu Executive Officer jong Municipal Board unong Chairman Nong mi kemat no ka office jong Deputy Commissioner banlong hapok ka kerdan jong Additional Deputy Commissioner kumu Secretary Unang mikmat ketenat pulet ban omlong hapok ke kerdan jong Assistant Superintendent ki pulet banlong dekat. Nong mikmat na Traffic Police, District Medical Health Officer, nong mikmat na ketenat Planning bat na District Council ki banlong ki dekat. James PK Sangma ulong bakin danru segi non-official members ki bagan thub unang mikmat na kaliang kinong demadan na ka Market and Trade Association Way dekat na kaseng bahalang, way dekat na gibor penyat shnong, but way dekat na kembang.
However, the government of India recently had legislated in the year 2014 the Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act in March 2014. So, in a follow-up to the communication of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, the department has gone ahead to bring this agenda to the cabinet to repeal the present Meghalaya Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act 2014 and in its place adopt the Central Act. So this matter was discussed and the cabinet gave its nod to the repeal of the State Act. And consequent to this, we have also adopted the Regulation of Street Vending, Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Rules 2022. Was this ambiguity on this matter because of also the fact that there is a central act which is in place and whether we will adopt this, and there was you know, a move to ask the government to adopt the Central Act. So now that the Central Act has been adopted in the state of Meghalaya, I think that those there will be much more clarity as to the issues which have been raised by the Honorable High Court, and I think that there will be no further ambiguity.
James PK Sangma ulong bagi sarkar jela kala rairu ban penkelai kedor khajna jong ke petrol bat diesel. Bat lale akane namar bakadon ke jing penkelai kedor jong ke petrol bat diesel ha Assam. Ula pente bakador khajna jong ke petrol kalong khatlai point san na sispa ne khatwe tengka silitar bat lasim kat ke bahaya. Bat la penkela no akane syaka khatlai point san na sispa ne khatar tengka san paunaya silitar kat ke bahaya. Bade ke diesel pat na ka san nak sispa ne sau tengka ha ka ban sim kat ke bahaya syaka san nak sispa ne san tengka san paunaya silitar bat an sim kat ke bahaya James PK Sangma ulong baga jingde ya ke petrol ha bernihat kalong khandai pusan tengka paunaya bat kadan ke jinge per ha ka dor kata stengka khandai puar naya ha pedeng ke jela Assam bat Meghalaya kat bah Shillong ke jingde petrol kalong khandai pun ru tengka prapulai naya. Ha kebedai bagi diesel pat gedor dia kalong prapulai tengka sanpau naya ha bernihat bada Shillong la dia ha gedor kaba prapusau tengka henyo puar naya. Bat kedan kejingnya per ha pedeng kajing dia ha Shillong bad ha bernihat.
So basically, in very simple terms, the effect of this is basically that presently, if we look at the rate of the retail sales price of petrol in Bernihat right now is rupees 95.10, and now there will be there will be an increase of rupees 1.92. So that there will be a difference of rupees 1.92 between between Assam and between Meghalaya. So it is now going to be 95.10 in Bernihat and 96.83 in Shillong. This is petrol. And for diesel, the new RSP, that is the retail sales price, is going to be 83.50 in Bernihat and rupees 84.72 in Shillong. And the difference basically would be in Bernihat rupees 1.44 for diesel and rupees 0.22 in Shillong for diesel.
James PK Sangma ulong baka kenhun menteri ke Shimru Ekarai banseng yaka National Law University Bill Arhajar Arpuar. Badang shen ke sarkar jela ke menjur yaka National Law University Ordinance. Hendrai namar basyan kan sesedang no ke dorbar senrai jog yang dorbar tawan ke jela komta on penkela no yakane ke ordinance syakabil. Nalor kani ulong baka kenhun menteri kala ajing menjur ban penkela yaki kendon jangka Meghalaya Education Research and Training Service Rules Arhajar Khatar. Naga benta ban penkela ki kerdan jogino hikai. Kata naga lecturer syaka assistant professor grade 2, senior lecturer syaka assistant professor grade 1, bat yaki selection grade lecturer syaki associate professor. Kakanun Menteri Kelarai Ruben Penteri kami akan National Judicial Pay Commission kumpala betha daga Supreme Court. Hakabede bagi jingsi utlop yaki baterai haki yang syari.
On the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court, the Government of India had notified the Second National Judicial Pay Commission on the 16th of November 2017, and these recommendations are to evolve the terms of reference of these recommendations was to evolve the principles which should govern the structure of pay and other emoluments of judicial officers, to examine the existing structure of emoluments and conditions of service and to make recommendations including post-retirement benefits, to examine the work methods and the work environment as also the variety of allowances and benefits, and to suggest rationalization. So this matter was discussed in the cabinet today. The views of finance and personnel were also sought, which were placed, and made known to the members of the cabinet, and we have taken up this matter, and the cabinet has given its approval for implementing the recommendations of the second National Judicial Pay Commission.
Umentri rang ba kejala ukon rat ke sangma hakas ngi ublai jong kata yo beladem ulale ya kendu yo menteri rang ba ka Assam Himanta Biswa Sarma haka ba kale tai sani ban penya chakhamat no ya kejinge penbet yo put usam haka wat ka baar bat la shem ya karai ban thau no ya ki regional committee hapo ka khat sansi bat ban le jurep ya ki jaka hakap put.
Ha kini kejinge kendu jong ki arngut ki menteri rang ba ka Meghalaya bat Assam ki bagen thop yo Konrad Kongkal Sangma bat Himanta Biswa Sarma ledan lang ru ki chief secretary jong ki arjala bat ki wei ki he officer. Ha ba kran ki nong pathai khubor na kaliang ki arngut ki menteri rang ba jong ka Assam bat Meghalaya. Kilepen pau ba gajing jurep ki henriu tli ki jaka ki berana ka thop ka baar jong gajinge penbet on sedang no asian. Ha ga ba an thau shwa yi regional committee hapo ki khat san singi banwan. Kilieto ru ba kini ki jaka ki berang hab ban jurep haswa ban she mekarai ban penbet ki kentup ya ka block 1 block 2 Khanduli Langpi Bordwar bat Nongwa Mautamur ki beran hagi lai tili district ki bekentup Haribhoi West Khasi Hills bat East Jantia Hills. Kini ki menteri rang ba kilapan pau ru ba hakini ki lai tili regional committee ban lam khamat de ki menteri ki beran hapo ka kunhun menteri jong baro artli jela. On bo lang ru iginong pet nong kmi jong ka Karbi Anglong Autonomous District Council namar don ki jaka ki bahab apo gajing pet jong ka district council kaban longkum ki dkhot hakini ki regional committee. Kini ki menteri rang ba kilapan pau ba watla kan ka wat ka baar jong ka jing jurep bat ka jing penbet put kan long ka bakham juat ban ka wat ka banengkong. Hendrai ki artli ki sarkar jela ken trishtom komno banla ban penbet no ocean. Haga ba an sngap ru ka sur ba gajing hun jong ki pat ba nong song snong hakini ki jaka ki ban sa penbet.
And decided that the process of finding a final resolution and completion of this entire border dispute should continue now. And with that in mind, we have decided that the second phase of discussion on the 6 areas of differences which are left, namely Pisyar, Khanduli, Block 1, Block 2, Bordwar, Motowar and Langpi area. These 6 areas of differences will be taken up in the second phase. We have decided today in this meeting that within the next 15 days, these 2 state governments will form regional committees for the 3 areas, which is 3 districts. And in this, the respective cabinet ministers from the respective states will be the chairpersons of these committees. We also decided that since the Karbi Anglong District Council is there in Block 1 and Block 2 and Khanduli and Pisyar, that members from the District Council of the Karbi Anglong will also be part of these committees. Once the committees are formed, then accordingly site visits, public consultations with stakeholders will start, and we hope that the process will move forward, and in a reasonable time we should be able to complete the process for the next 6 locations. Also,
really winning the heart of the people, confidence of the people, and will work in a very in a manner which will bring confidence to the people of both the states. So we'll not put a time frame. Maybe it might happen than expected, or it might take 2 or 3 months more, but we'll try to resolve the dispute. Idea is to resolve the dispute. Focus is not on the time frame. Focus is on resolving the dispute. And of course, whenever required, whenever necessary, the Chief Minister of both the state will continue to meet, and if some guidance is required to be given to the regional committee, we'll keep on giving. So that was the basically spirit of the discussion today. Within 15 days, committees will be notified, and we'll try to resolve the dispute. And I am sure that with the blessings of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, we will be able to resolve the dispute amicably and to the satisfaction of the people of both the states.
Us here to Guwahati to continue the discussion and the process for resolution of the border dispute between Assam and Meghalaya. Under the guidance and the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Home Minister, Government of India, both Assam government and Meghalaya government had initiated the discussion in the process of trying to resolve the border dispute between the two states, which has been there for the last 50 years. In 2011-12, the process of submitting the reports of the areas of differences from the government of Meghalaya was done. And based on those reports, the discussions have moved forward. In the last 8 to 9 months, many interactions, many meetings, and many visits have been made to the disputed areas, and stakeholders from all areas.
Kum kadak ban persyajur ya kejingnya soy soskular hapadeng kejala Assam bat Meghalaya ha kejingnya penbait yoput usam kisang bhalang nakaleng karilom khasi jantia bat garo hakala sing ublay jong katayo kila penlong ya kejingnya ki ke bajai ha khamat umat sanam jong kyang nangba upadan hajan ke civil hospital Shillong ha ka ba buan ngut kila wan banya shimbanta ha kene kejingnya ki ban persya ya ke soskular ya penbait put.
We oppose! We oppose! We oppose! We oppose! We oppose! We oppose! We condemn! We condemn! We condemn! We condemn! We condemn! We condemn! We condemn!
Kiseng bhalang nakaleng kerilum khasi jantia bat garo hak arpu artrik nailar arajar arpu ar kila penlong ya kejing ki ke bajai de ke basong klan mongor hak hamat umat sanam jong kyang nangba hasilong ban persyajur kejing penbet put apedeng ke sarkar Assam bat Meghalaya ki nong sim bentah hak ni kejing ki klara kejing tho bat perta bagi penremjur ke sarkar Meghalaya po kejing lam ukon rat kongkal sangma halor kejing soy ya ke saskular bat ke sarkar Assam klam kejing menjurlang jong kinong song snong hak jaka kaput Ikli nong sensyar snong bat kumjur ke district council jong kejela. Hagani ke jingelang kinong ilam jong ke FKJGP, ADE, ke Jakbom, ke FAF, ke AYWO, ke HITO, ke JYF bat kiwai-kiwai. Kila penram jor ke sarkar Meghalaya ke belesoi kerke eksaskular. Ke balakalalong ke jing mentoy ke jela Assam. Bat ke jing nong ke bakraw ke jela Meghalaya. Kila dawa bahag ke jing penbet yoput usam deban pentikna bagi snong ke bejudan berskata Meghalaya bakim deban haps ke jela Assam. Unong yalam ka Joint Action Committee on Border of Meghalaya ne Jakbom uba Erwin K. Sutnga. Ule thu ba lapen biang nadong syadong ikot kisla. Pada po expose ngi uns ujor ke mokot duma ban persya ke soskular repen betput apreng ke Assam bat Meghalaya. Ulong ba sarkar jela kalala bantauan halor ki baro. Nrei kamla apat bantauan ke bedai bat ke kendau ke ki klau ki betap bat ke excise. Bat ke sarkar jela kamla ban keta ki jaka ki bahap apo ke 6th schedule area neklem dio jingbit kat kum kariti sensyari. Presiden ke FKJGP ba Dandi Si Khongsit ulong ba ke sarkar Meghalaya ka syak jam syabapalat. Bat ke saskular ke beladat benesoi ke long ke benok Shiliang bat ke jingyo onong ke kambon ke sarkar Assam ban ke sarkar Meghalaya. Bat menteri rangba ulalek kerki benesoi ke saskular ban penhun bat ban penkemen ya menteri rangba ke Assam.
On everything except land, water, excise, forest you cannot touch. Today my demand is, I am supporting your demand. This is 6th schedule area. This is 6th schedule area. The state government cannot touch it without our consent, without the constitutional process. Once they touch it without the constitutional process, MDA government, Assam government, they are in problem. They also told me, दिल्ली में क्या बोला है हम लोग का वकील बोलते हैं आप इतना इतना जोर से ये बात कहा है, अमित शाह आपको अरेस्ट करेंगे। हम बोले अरेस्ट करने दो, हम जेल में फ्री से भात खाएंगे, दाल भात सब्जी होने से भी कुछ बात नहीं है, लेकिन हम लोग का हक ये छीनने नहीं सकेगा ये लोग। किमला बन करी एक हक का जोंगी, बट मनता ngabo का चैलेंज। फर्स्ट फेज चेतु एरिया वो लोग ठीक से काम नहीं किया अभी, और 6 जगह वो लोग बोलता हम लोग इसको सीधा करेगा, हम लोग बात करेगा, फैसला करेगा। अरे कल तो संडे था ना, हम लोग का चीफ मिनिस्टर तो मतलब संडे भी नहीं मानता यार। कल हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा का साथ गुवाहाटी बैठ करके हम लोग का जमीन के ऊपर में वो लोग फिर बिक्री करेंगे। हम लोग सब गिरजा जा रहा है, हम लोग भगवान को मानता है। कल वो गुवाहाटी में गया और वो उधर में बैठ करके हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा के साथ हम लोग का जमीन का कल परसों को बात कर रहे हैं। ये क्या बात है? इसलिए मैं बोलता है आपको, जो भगवान के सामने में हम लोग इस लड़ाई हम लोग पूरा करेंगे। का खंडो का शियाप करेगा दो का स्नाम का जोगी, इट इज आवर ब्लड, हम लोग का खून है।
Kam dai syuk kan batang benta manne hirai kalau ada bon senam. Ngila sakhi ye kini ki jingja bo fer hakikam khaput. Ka jingja ka baki pai ba ki khandu ka jingsha ban ben. Tenrai ni ba ka ki jingle jo ka sarkar hadin ki jing ekran jo ki seng balang hani ki sedam ki balai haus nam arajar hadin ki jing wan jong liu klam corona ni syambang ya penbor ke sarkar bakumum lo bahkan syem yang ke isu bahkan address lo yang ke border issue bahkan solve lo kenang bagi pai ba ke basa apa kaput kinyo no ke jing song sok song sai henrai ke basnosi mata kalong ngai iba kan wan ketok kala penban yang ni lada pen step palat ya kata ke kom jing kan pai ya kata ke jing kran bat pen kaput nama bleng o ya kata ngai iba ke sarkar Meghalaya ke jongi ke syajam coba palat Namar kakum kani ka MOU ka bagi ki kelada dia sekolah kelada dia sign pada kini atli ki jalla kalong no siliang ngai iba ka jingyo nong ka khambun ja ka sarkar Assam menjadi sarkar Meghalaya ka basnosi kalong ba balai ngidang kami lenti bakong uchi minister undan kata ka mensing ka bejensur syaki brio lajong Henry kong makalong manta ule kerkia penyasai takam MOU kalong ban pen hun men siem ban pen ai kata ke jingmen syaki shau chief minister jaka Assam nakaleng ke jongi ngilong bak sarkar kadon kam ban simlang ya ke jing snow joki pai nong shau shnong ke pasang hatu hapo ki jaka border bat khamtam ya ki hima bat ya ki just council bakan simlang kan kelum lang kan sim jingmot lang naki nama hanga pakut madu bolong sok pudong ladayo kenek tu ki pai ba ki basa hang tu ki jaka ya thu engi mamata kaski bana kalian ka jongi lembak ka jack bomb kelaya shakmat banya pokayin kashri tegai badan mano ni kalau nak kalian ka jongi in a akti kaman akti ka diang epi mabila ban bagi kesyan le epi babnya shakmat krang ba ngilapan wat ya tegelak nanti banlaw ya jengi jadi pai ba jingba ka di ka MOU blai sign apa deng sarkar Meghalaya bak sarkar Assam tiada kepo ka kwa ban pha ka ni khubor ka masih cak sarkar ru kat ba ki wei ki benda cak sarkar Meghalaya kerangnya chakmat ba bitemu ba benya chakmat wat num khain dau thala wat num penlong kam kai ya ki jing so jo ki pai ba nama kasapoi kawi kapsi kapor kapaya keting ke ban keleng pinamla suban pelem.
We condemn! 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 We condemn!
Namar ke jing bom hun ki pat ba ki basa ha khaput kham tam e haba lightly kishnong ki bam dan ha pedeng ke jing ya ka japut ru ki la hap cha ka jala Assam ha ka sngi hat majai jong ka tayo ki south le ke sang bhalang jong ka jala ki la dawa no menteri rang ba ka jala ukonrat ke sang ma banyak kran bat ka Assam ban pen hap biang ye ki lightly kishnong ki ba hap ha ka nong bak aking bat hima nong lang sha ka jala Meghalaya
Ki nong yalam seng bhalang ki bakentup u presiden ka KSU ulam box Starwell Marngar, u presiden ke FKGGP u dan di Kongset, u presiden ke ADE u Dalseng Bira Si Momen, u presiden ke FAF u Brenbal M Sangma bat kiwe-kiwe kil IT ke Dorkas hau Konrad Kongkal Sangma. Ha ke balai dan lang usembut menteri rang ba ke Jelau ba Presiden Tensong, u chief secretary ke Jelau ba DP Walang bat kiwe-kiwe. U Konrad Kongkal Sangma uli thu ba ula keren da kabashai kinong ilam seng bhalang ba amla asyu ban penkelai ka kai pot bat eka map jong kasnam arajar khatwei ya kisnong ki bahab ka jela Asam. Namare ka kai pot la IT hi de sarkar Meghalaya ha kasnam arajar khatwei. Ulong ba ula pen i ki jing shisha ki be dei ba history ka kai pot jong kasnam arajar khatwei ya ka bala penya chakmat ke jing keren bat la pen iru. Kumno kisnong kitau kibala kedau di seng bhalang kidai kibala dan lupa hakamap jangka senam arajar katwei bagi pau hakajela Asam. U Konrad Kongkal Sangma uloong bakalong keba bah ban penkelai kamap ne kakai pot kabala dep ban IT dan kesorkar hakru kesenam. Halor ke jengkeli hadu katno kesorkar kelak ban pentikna bagi kisnong kitau kibala kedau bagian hab yang Meghalaya. U Konrad Kongkal Sangma uloong ba omla ban pentikna ne ban kular ayai. Nrei kini kijaka ke badan ya kijing sokya nrei kijing ekran kidang ya cekmat bat ya kesos kular ladat bania soy bat kat ba kijing ekran kadang ya cekmat aka wat ke baar on persang ban ekran bat kesorkar Asam menpet kumno ban penia dikakam bat uloong ba no amla ban penkula ya kesos kular uba dandi cliff kongset uloong ba kesorkar jela kamdai ban le kamsan perthai ha kijing penbet yo put usam bat haba kesorkar kebamenta kreatif bagajeng pihak uput usam kebalale ada kesorkar berem ha kesenam arajar katwei kalong babakla kumta kamdai ban pen scam kene kejeng bakla nrei ke de ban yakun ban penbet om ban chukenno ne ban kenyat ne ban tet keti ne ban le ek kebala dep le ne dep draw ya kamap da kesorkar keberim uba lambok Starwell Marngar uloong bayamenta kim 4 laban ong ke kesenjam kaba ken le lada kim ho ne kejeng penbet puat nrei kin puli benya bat kinya tai bat ya thirsani bha bat bani selok bat ki it ki hima kirang ba asnong bat ki trai snong ki badan hakathan khap puat u pritam areng nak FKGGP uloong bagiladon ki jaka kum kamalang Salbari Malang Huhwapara bat Malang Joypur ba kim shim la syakan thop ha ka soskular bat ki degi bahab Meghalaya bat keladon kejing bakla hakerkom pia uput usam bat kerkom droy kamap mana keliang menteri rangba u Konrad Kongkal Sangma ulapen pau bu unsim kiai kene kebenta nrei on om patla ban penkela ya ke soskular.
And based on that, we have shown them the historical facts also. We've shown them the 2011 report, which was the basis on which the entire discussion happened. And we showed them that how the villages that have been mentioned by them was already in the 2011 map shown in Assam. And therefore, it was very difficult for us to change that map and that report that was submitted by Government of Meghalaya in 2011 and include those villages that they had mentioned. And hence, it was a huge challenge, and we had to move forward with that report of 2011, and they have understood this now. But of course, their concerns are still there. They say that the people's will is there, and the fact that people desire to be in Meghalaya, and they would like to see that this, at least those few areas that are there, some kind of steps could be taken to work out something in those areas. So we can't say anything right now. But of course, the second phase has started. So while those discussions take place, we will see how to move forward. And in the meantime, we can of course hear from the NGOs also what they have to say. But I think we have clarified, all the details to them, and they have understood the technical challenges that are there, and they've realized also, I presume, that how this entire process had moved forward and how we came to this conclusion. But as I said, that there are concerns, and we will do our best to try and address those concerns. No, we can't ensure or we can't assure anything. But as I said, that there are these areas, concerns, and as we said, these are discussions that are moving forward. The MOU has been signed, but as we move forward in our discussions, as we move forward in the second phase, we will try and talk and discuss with our counterparts and see how things can be moved on. But there's no question of changing the MOU as such. These are few villages which are right at the border, hardly 10 meters, 15 meters away from the line that is proposed. So we will see how it moves forward. It's not something that I can commit right now, but let the process continue. And we have noted down the concerns of the honourable, the NGOs and the members from the different organizations, and we will see how to move forward in that.
pan kemau ba artli ki meeting ba sarkar ngi kala khot kum kisang balang pan persngo ba sarkar kala along kot jumut tu tata ban pan pen put usam namar ba kani kam dai shu ke barang dawam tam ta layat san pau tuli kisnam tika ibang ajimut tu kopor kolong ru ba ka di ben sim ban bias ka ta history background ka di ben sibru bias ka konsep jong ka history pat ka ju kopor ka di ben pensong nong remru pat ban snap ban sngur ni ki et ki hima ka district council hiru shmet ki badon ki kot ki slah Tenrai hadin bukan dikas fast fees kalau ayat kum tu. Ngiu I kadon kajing ya bom hun ki babun ba kimi ikan rom kan ram. Kidon ikan hun ki ba lang pen krek man ya sendi ka andu kadon ka bom so hun. Kidon du pat ba pen pau la jong jong pen pau. Handrai habang ya kendu ta singi pen sngau ya kani hadin bingila. Ya boros ka tu ban sngap kajing sisa. Tingi I nak kaliang ka sarkar ba menta ka pen I ya kata ka jinglong juman ba nang nu ka simbat nu ka sedang. Tenrai ni siapa kani kajing persang dia keban droyo taulan kam dai bedang sujiam ta arjar apu arki kemba pen I ke sarkar menta ong balajian lu arjar khatwe kanu ke badet kanu ke balat ngatrai ke sarkar kin sejawab ngi namla ban jawab on behalf of government handrai kai bangi kwa ban perso ke sarkar menta singi kalong ba ngi sotu ba sarkar ong kawlong ba ban ong ban yakran spang ta review ta MOU Handrai ngatharai ba ka Assam kadang hap India, ka Meghalaya hap India, ngatharai ka don kalenti kunu ban wan kilat kalenti. Katangi I ka jing start jong sarkar. Tika nongrem ka chungi kim keren ka long ba. Kam dai ban yu ban ni ban klet no jing jaw mat jong chuki bari ba shong hai border. Mga keren ni kata ka long dai manu balik sumar tu bijaka tu. Da khani san phau tu ligisnam maki ba sumar khando ba siap. Ye tu bijaka puta. La kalau pergi hap ke himan lebih lahap ke senong nak kira berkon ter. Jika kum ka sukar mata ka sukar ngi I jing start sukar rai kanong rem bungi yang kalong ba ngin je peteng je keban pet binia an ka kam bat ngit ka sukar kan thau kirat kelenti bat ka ju ko por ngi la keren ka basai ru wat sak sukar mata ban ong ba menta ka pen kre ya ka skan fees ngi ong ba haswa ban sim ye kono karai ba khadu ne ban ong ban ya sain ka MOU kadi ban sim ya consideration ban take on board jiki pat ba no snong itu bijaka kan lei ban ya nang skmat ba kas nang mi bun ki kan ram hot ni so tho ba kam lei ka basuk kan jing pen put pen sam ni so tho ka Assam kan kam Meghalaya kan kam kadon ka jing ya kam ne tain rai katala ba kidon ka lenti ka badai ba ba ka jing sta ka jong phi ngai ba kanam don ka kan ram kong san ka long di trashnong di muluk bat kendo ko siap et ki hima rangkap district council pihak dan district jumut ba sarkar kam dai bijai rat jiki kana mi kan ram la kan syurai tang kata ka komiti badong ka tu ka nengot ngatrayu ose kadang wat ka skin fees kadang mi biang jing e tilang ba kani ka jing kendu ta singi ka long kom ka wei ka bangi ajumut sarkar ba hasken fees kam dai ban mi kan ram bat ka ju ka por yakini ki jing mi ki jing yam ki jing bom hun jong ki patba ki badi no chusnong ki border jakani ka fast fees su ngi ong sarkar ba kan ban thau wilat kanti la ka ong kamla su ban review ka euro to handai nga soban ong ba ka Meghalaya kam dei Pakistan ka Assam kam dei ka Bangladesh handai kirang dei India nga thrai ka jingstan ka jungki kunu ban thau wilat kanti ban pinda kita jingna ki kum nga kran nang kong ngi klamwan ni ban ya ban pan jingkhen mano bakla mano mokla sarkar ka shong ba ka sarkar Tibisi keren hok lelei kemudian sarkar arjar khawai kemudian sarkar mentaru. Ngimla ban jubab on behalf jong kata government bamta kemudian government balalek. Handai ngas ngoban ong ba ya ka hok jong patba bala san pautli snam sumar ya khandok siap ngatrai ka shong jing start sarkar kuno ka penbet.
Lada pimpun ni ka jing penbet report ka phase 1 ba kujo ka phase 2 kai ka ba ka isu ba tuai ba sing halang kita.
Ya menta ngem pala ban ong kai ka senjam menghap ban le. Handai ngihap ban puli benia bat ngihap ban ya ther ya tai sani ba om tang ngi kum kisang balang ker ni kata lai thara mdon ku kisang balang bodon cakap khaput ring hap ban slok ki et ki hima kirang ba snong ki tra snong ba dang tu ya ik step mi sa sim nang ni skma
Menteri Kampo Yeng Kejala ubala kemen rumbui ulong kejing sapriang jong kakai pot jing tokin bakaladon kejing pendon kam bakla ya kabor da Assistant Inspector General of Police Administration uba Gabriel K Yangrai kampat dai ke Bapura ne ke batikna namar hadu menta ke Sarkar Jala ne wat Director General of Police DGP kempat yok pediang satya ya kakai pot jing tokin. Karkum kejing pensapriang kubor ya kakai pot jangka fact-finding team balakli the Inspector General of Police Law and Order UMK Singh lakenno bauba JK Yangrai ula pendan kambakla ya kabor ha kaba ulabat haladi hadu arpa khandai tali ki kali klem dayok jingbet pratali ki Bajaj Pulsar ki balathit hakasnam araja khat khandai bat ya ki kali balathit ru amshimla register namar ke jingbombyang ki kot kisla ka fact-finding team kala ajing mut badai bantung dekakan hun token banti ya ke jersey ke belale dauni uhe pulen. Ha ke bedai bat kene Menteri Kampo Yeng ubala kemen rumbui ulong bayamen tahi 4 la ban ong ai hendrai udang ap ban yo ke kaipot ke Bapura bat en sale ke badon kam bat lada don manu badon kti bat ka lane kanu ke jing pendon kam bakla ka an kan sale ya ke badon kam. Ulaya tu balatung ya ke fact-finding team ban lap ya ke jing shisha bat lada lap bakadon ke jing le bakla en penshitom kat kum ki kendon an ban en hapru ban le da ke bating lada lap ya ke bala pelat syabar ya ke kaipon kamtam hak ba kampat dai ke kaipot ke Bapura bat hakanu kadur ki kot kisla ki bakong sam tam na ke police department ki lat syabar habawat tang UDGP ru ompat yo. Ubat rembui ulong kejing lat cabar juga kaipot kalong ke bamabha namar lada don kinu ki kam ke biadai bat ka syong syangan jong ke jela kila lait nok cabar bat don kam bantek lakam bakum kini kejing ja kin om jashu.
Te kat kum kejing yathu jangki baya ka final report kim pat submit wat syakiru. Den takadaw kumno kasapriang shwa ban submit yak report how diji kata kalong kabapin lengo ya ka sarkar bat namar ba lada kadon kano ka badai kano ka jingle tam damanu kamot ka anhi kan bot yaki kendon ki badai banle din takadaw halor jong ka report ta yamanta ngampat la ban komen ngadang up onda kila submit ya ka final report how diji bat un syapha syaka home department ba ngin le ya kabankam habanga ongkum ta ngam ong ba mano badan kti ladadon gunung jing pendan kam bakla te ka ain kan le ya kabaran kam henry kum bakalang menta ban ong kumno kat baka report kampat poy ka final report kampat poy hapo ka home department ngampala ban ong te ngi nakalyang ka home department ngi ai ke jing tho sha UDGP ba kumno ka report ka bam patang ha uru kampat poy kumno ka lapoy sha ki kot khubor te kadon ka hamne ka ba nakalyang ka home department ni hab ban pe kano kuno ka fact finding report ka long ban lap ya ke jing shisha te kamut ba kumno kajing shisha ladaka day ngingin shimaksha ya kabade benle bandrai ka baar ya ki balik ya ki neru ladangi lap ni haban shim action namar ba kumno ka bampat day ka final report kilali bat kane ka kan pelang yang kumno ba ki classified document napo PHQ kin shulik tang di jiro tip karena kalong ka very dangerous na ka benta ka security jang state lada kum kini kiji pi on lada on dala summit yang report ni sampai menta kalong too premature yang markum ang menne ha ka meeting menne ki ong ba ka report ki na pangkre empat summit ai ba kata ka summit ka report ki summit ni sapai ya ka ka bangi di banle ka kum ka ang di banle uno bri bale tam ya ka no ka kam ngin habat ai ka show cause notice bale hadin ka tapat ni sapai ladak lap ya ka baji sisya ka ni sapai ka bale ka kum ka service rule di banle
Kaseng Reulom Jong Kejala ka People's Democratic Front PDF hak arpau tarik unailar kala penlong ya ka Triennial Conference ha Community Hall Jong ka Dorbar Shnong Maukar Shillong ha ka balajit ya MLA ka sora uba Gavin Millim como Presiden Batma Jong Kaseng hendrai arngut ki MLA ka PDF ki bakan thup ya uba Hamletson Doling bat uba Jason Saukmi Maulong kim shimlawan banya shimbenta
Ka Triennial Conference jong kasengsan patai People's Democratic Front PDF kalalong hak arpotrik nailar arjar arpuar hak Community Hall jong Dorbar Shnong Maukar Shillong hak bari kispangot kinong Krisyan kaseng kilawan banishim benta habakran hadian balawai kejingelang Presiden Batamai Ulaong badai hak Central Executive Committee kebalalong hak kat pratrik nailar arjar arpuar bad hadian kejing penpau do ba banti dor lengdo bomla asyuk banang bad ekam kum nong yalam kum ta kaseng kala jiet u manlong unong yalam Batamai hak baidai bagi election kebansalong hak senam arjar arpulai uba Gavin melemngap ulaong baka PDF kadon arpupratli zonal committee ki bedang klan bat rekam haduk menta badu ong ru bah kabede bagi kertong kebenekun nagaseng hak election kebanuan ulong baga syong hak Central Executive Committee bansyem negara halor ke jingja jengki arngut ki MLA ketau ba Hamletson Doling MLA kemeliam badu ba Jason Saukme MLA ke Umsning ka PDF hak jingelang kebelalong mentagasngi loong ba Gavin ba kaseng kelepentip syaki Ndre omtip kadau jong kajing pep jongki. Uloong ru ba na kaliang keseng kam kwa ban kento ai halur kene kajing pep jongki. Uba bantai dor lengdo uloong ba lakadai bakila minem na keseng tang makihi gebantip kambha. Bat baka PDF kam dan ai benong ndre kan syong kajing elang man perkat ulo kajing ja jong kini ki arngut ki MLA na kene kajing elang. Uloong ru balada kini ki arngut ki miru Hendrai kaseng haki konstituensi jongki kata hameliam bat ha umsning kadang klan bha bat kidang don kidong yalam bat kaseng kanang la ban peniang kertong hakan ek election banuan
Hendrai nakalang ka chama asyim ka nagalat ban aingu ning kongsha yoble Ublay don ring ka pangi na 12 seng ni party hadu ini ski ke pemerintah Hoy ke kinong kitam juga Central Working Committee, kinong kitam juga District, Zonal, bagi Primary Committees. Kiblaya ini yaisa hadu ginisni kipor pemerintah. Kibla penong yakan ke parti jongi kebakanong kumi kemanong pemerintah. Henry nakalang ka jangan ngason kerpat yaki WPW. Bo penang ya ibu harga jingwai Boblay nang ai ka jing start jing champang hangi kum kinong kitam jo Central Working Committee bat kum ju EP WPW kum kinong kitam jo party hi baragoy bangin nang ai na ban pentelon ban nang penkiu ya kan ito party ko ba i ka jong na ko ito po siya ko pa kum lakran nagalang jo party dor hinni nagalang na jo ngimde ki bakkangar lani banladar Bashikyo step Namar penbang teng-teng yo hapster Henry ni anglot pakasa ka jingki ba jongi hoy ka party ka barang shen danglu ni anglot pakai ke kanong ka pasuki jai pajak Henry ka bandan pat ya kanong rin ka paskya
mapi pisakila ba arnut ita iba given ba iba bantay no lingdo kidai kinong ilang jok party ba kinele elu naka party how arja arpula ata kadai kabang kunsyal si kapaka namar kani kejing penlong confuse mdai tangi kipai pa ya kinong jit ya kinong kershan ru hapok ka constituency ke bagi kejong tikani kala pausan malu badan menta kasih na pereng sambut hange uba given bat bantai do armut pat kijah sei umte Bat na pedek ke jaga jom argut pan ladon digiwai gi bawan mi. Ladon digiwai gi bawan mi, gi bawan ban kersan ban idon lang ke parti. Ngin selai syak itu ki constituency ban ngin sa ai ke jingkran. Handrai tang kawai ngakwa banong ngi piperlo. Habang idon hakini ki parti seng rulung. Ni form ni ke parti lingba ka jing hu jong jing jong kum ka jai benri. Hakini senang ki balalai no hadir. Baka High Court kawan ban khang no, ban pendukut no, lani ban slot no, yang kerkom terikam jom kiram pas no. Kata kali bang semi ke PDF. Ban hata kapor kan itu IP, hapo dis council niok ban cnai koi ke alliance ke bang iom. Kai kita kali ke PDF. Tambah kam dei pat ke People Democratic Front. Ke Khamdan ke front, kali ke People Democratic Front. Hata kapor, ban ila pelan depan. Badan nanti ke forum ni sepelong front. Bat hadu mentapa. Ni kum ki kandidat hau arjat front. Kebang nilai don katukan ingut. Don kiri rampak, don ki XMDC. Henry hapor bangile election arjat front. Katukan ingut niwan pa. Syarkham. Bangin yo ban kai du so jong jingjong. Bang idon kam sisa gi breu. Ki bang nginile election. Bangin syakri hok kali bocai tu. Om day penladap election, yupai ba akalet no. Lapor khat nak benda we pendap ik pelak. Katangan itu ipi, hak parti tu ingin kuat benda. Lada job lada remru tamang ini le, ngini sat nak benda hok jong inong jong senong. Hapo kani kejelak we jong.
To khandiar bai dei ba kani ka triennial conference. Ajing sha ing la de ban pelong na kani conference na du kini snam gi bladap. Pandai nakadaw jong ichingwan health man jong klam COVID-19 ikrem semna la ban convene ya kanika conference pandai so comment bat agani ka singi ko bamantang la ban convene ka meeting agban nakaliang jong party ru apo ka jalam jong i babante do lingdo ko acting president hagini isnam gulwadem ni sotku ba kila siem ya ka we garai haga CWC ko la ja haga khat pratarik jong ni banai bamantang bagla ibet yang bangkit ya kan ke lingkor kom presiden jong parti hoi nakaliang ke jongi asikwa ban batai sai hang ni ba nakaliang jong i la pen pau ba nakadao jong ke jingbun kam ke jong i ha ke jingbat jong i commentary sarkar hapo kan sarkar jala MDA ke jong sothu nakaliang ke jong i ban pentulun ya kam commentary sarkar barga ju por ban pentulun ya kam jong parti kam de ka kam ke basuk dan nakaliang ke jong i daga mensim ke bekelut para ka jingi rai lang jong ka seblusi hi barko na rai ban penkit yang ka lingkor kumu presiden de handre nakaliang ke jong i ngidon ka jikar mens camp barakani ke jialang ila yo i playo pane wan sim bentalang dagi de khot nakaliang jong district committee nakaliang jong de khot jong zone committee bat kumju ki primary committee hagaba nakaliang ke jong i ru yo i ba kamensim ka shedhem bangi don ya kajing kerman ke baskem baling ba kajing trelang inang la ban penkiu ya karnio parti jong na ko ko se ko pat
Dakajing temu ban kenteu ya kam jong kai partai ha ke jala bat ban pensuk ru ya kinong jong kai ban tip ya tamasa ba pher ke ban long ha ke jala ha ke se balang jong ka tayo umenti rang ba ke jala u konrat ke sangma ula pelat pat ba ya ke Meghalaya autumn calendar ajar arpawar ke babatai banyak ru ya tamasa ba pher ke ban sedang nadu ka khatlai tarik urisau hadu unok pra arhajar arpawar
U Konrad Kongkal Sangma ula pentip bak sarkar kan penlong ya kita masa bopher ha kapor senrai bat kumjuru ha kapor telang kaban sedang naduk kakat lai terik urisau arhajar arpuar hado uno opera arhajar arpuar bat ke sarkar kalamang ban penlut kumbakat san klur tengka ha kani kata masa an penlong ya ka Megha Kayak Fest kaban sedang naduk kakat lai hado kakat ndru terik urisau ka tamasa senrai kaban long ha ka arpu kendai bat lai pau terik urisau ke North East Olympic Games naduk kalai potrik urisau haduk hendru terik unai wieng ke Omyam boating regatta naduk ke arterik haduk hendru terik unai wieng ke Hills Festival naduk ke South terik haduk hendru terik unai wieng ke Shillong Cherry Blossom Festival naduk ke Katnyo haduk ke arpun hendru terik unai wieng kiban kentup ya ke Mega Music Festival haka Katnyo katpra bat kat kendai unai wieng ke Literary Festival haka arpuar bat arpulai terik unai wieng bat kejingelang main event hak arpusau arpusan bat arpun reu terik unai wieng Nalor kani an penlong yak Megong Festival bad katarik an sepen bena hadian. Nangta an penlong yak International Film Festival nan oka khatar hado ka khatru trik uno opera bad ka Winter Tales Festival nan oka khatar hado ka khat nyau trik uno opera ka Wangala Festival haka khandai shipo bad khatwei trik unai wieng bad ka Shat Nongkrem haka handru trik unai wieng. Menteri Rangba ulongru bakakam jungok kai kedai ka weni gibenta kabala ban ai kam ai jam bat kabala ban penmi buon ka khajna na kabenta gi patba bat ka jela bat halor kini kenong rem larai ban penmi ka tarik jongi program beper kenang ba kinong jungok kai kin tip bat kin la ban chimekarai shanu bakin led ulapan bena bahaka nyu tarik unai lor an pliru ya ka Taj Vivanta kabade menchua ka Kroboro Hotel ha kendai lat kabade ke projek kebelah saateng bat mi bon ki jeng mentala lai pos nam tam bat adin kani an place saya ke Courtyard Marriott bat an chim kharu babun tli ke hotel bat kiwei kin yai mi aga jela bat ke sarkar kan plek jengmut ru ha ka ban pen mi syu ya ki homestay ulong bah ka North East Olympic Games arajar arpuar an penlongi ki jingil akai beper bat kin don bon kinong shim benta ki ban shim benta ki jing yakob na keleng ki jela ka than stelam mi ngi ki bakentop ya Arunachal Pradesh, ke Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, bat Tripura.
On the 7th of September, we will be inaugurating the new Taj Vivanta in the state, that is the Kroboro Hotel. The inauguration and launching will be on the 7th of September. So finally, a project that has been lying and has been facing a lot of problems for the past 30 years and many decades, and was on and off. Finally, we have been able to conclude it now, and as I said, on the 7th of September will be the official inauguration of Taj Vivanta. And to follow that up, very soon after that, we will be inaugurating the Courtyard Marriott. And we are also in the process to ensure that more and more hotels and other properties come up throughout the state, and those projects also are in the pipeline. Apart from that, we have also been focusing a lot on homestays, and as you are aware that we are in fact giving one of the best homestay programs in the entire country today, where we are giving up to 60 to 70% in terms of the financial benefit to the beneficiaries that is subsidized from our side, and the beneficiaries who are approximately about 300 applicants we have received in the last few months. Once they are able to move forward, they will, in the next 6, 7, 8 years, they will be hardly paying 5,000 to 6,000 rupees per month as the payments, in terms of the bank amounts that has to be given back. So it's a very minimum and nominal amount, and maximum support will be given by the government. So we expect huge response through this, and through this we are hoping that we'll be able to create another 1,500 to 2,000 rooms just from the homestay programs, and maybe even more. And apart from that, as I said, these 5-star properties and other properties also, we are working very hard to ensure that larger and more better and many more of these hotel properties come up. In terms of the calendar of events, I would just like to inform you that we have lined up many events, and we will give a detailed presentation on that. But I would just like to share with you that it will include different kind of activities, from International Film Festival to the Winter Tales, which we had last time, to going into the Autumn Festival, the Cherry Blossom Festival, the Megong Festival. We will have the North East Olympic Games. We will have, of course, the Wangala and the Nongkrem Festival. And many such programs will be held, and winter season, keeping in mind the tourism opportunities that are there, and to ensure that we can attract more and more tourists, and to disperse this information to the tourists so that they can make their plans to come to different parts of the state to enjoy these different festivals and programs that we plan to have. The budget approximately for all these events put together will touch roughly anything between 12 to 15 crores. Everything, all of this together. And we expect financial support from sponsors also. But the impact of this, of number of people coming in, will be hundreds and times more than what it was before.
UMLA ke West Shillong ubak Mahendro Rapsang hak arpulai tarik unailar ula kubur ba ulaya keren bat bun teli keseng hendrai ukamno banlet penyaso sa keseng NPP banyak kun yak election MLA ke Banlong hak Snem Banwan. Ubak Rapsang ulong hadut menta udang ne bat ke Kongres hendrai syua ke election MLA unsarai nak keseng ba unyale ke election bat ulapan pau ba ukam no mensim sa keseng NPP bat kipat baru kikwa ba unya kun nak NPP ulapan syai ba sim laya keran tang bat ke BJP hendrai bun keseng kilawan kerpat bandrung bat banyak kun no nak keseng jongki bat hadut mentaru keseng Kongres kadang ab ba unyale ya ke election. Ubak Rapsang ulong ba udang don pedeng kecing syak suspend ke balai Snem hak keseng Kongres balada keseng kamweng ya kini kecing suspend undu banyale ik election kumta ban se banwat de kewai pat keseng san partai banyale ya ke election MLA.
I have to say nothing to it. Polingo should know one thing. I'm not a cabinet minister. I'm just supporting the government from outside like all other parties supporting the government. Decision making for the shifting, it depends entirely on the government. I'm not part and parcel of the decision making in that for shifting of Harijan to my constituency. But I stand with the Darbashnong. We strongly oppose this move by the government for relocation in my constituency. It will be a very strong decision making by me when 2023 comes, when I'm there as a minister. That will be a decision making by me. Thank you. Kum ngalong mentang ngadang ne hibat ka Kongres. Ngadang ngajok na Kongres, ngane about Kongres, hadu arpulai ngandon bat ka Kongres. Di lala suak election na sampai pat na ke party bagandele. Most probably ka inclination juga ati kadai bat ka NPP.
Would him rule out ba kinamnek sa BJP la nakaliang ng ilang?
Namuan hi kasong ba yaw pay ba? Ngamde bang rule out nga na rule it nga. Kati song ba yaw pay ba? La daw pay ba nga o gile na kuno party I'm ready to contest from any party. Mday tang ka BJP ba kren banrung no ha ka party. Babon gini ke party ke wan ongi. Rung no sob kan party jongi rung no party jongi contest na ka party jongi. But hadu menta ka Congress kadang apa ngan ya election na Congress. Fi nga don suspension license ka Congress ka suspend nga. Di subuh kamlif ya ke suspension juga. Tak kemudian du ya election. Dengan man si hawan aku ke parti na ki bukat nga punya election. Subuh menta ka Congress ka ngi ngamlif ke suspension. Tak kemudian ngandum ya election, ndu ya election. Tengah resign na ka parti suak election. Mo
Banyale ban khang lat ya kesokar jela bakan ya chakmat banbu ika ketem khalai ne casino hapo Ribhoi district hakase pale jong katayo kasenjok kirang bashnong ringkat bat keseng bhalang ba pher kila thau da ke joint action committee ban persajur bat ban am ailat banbu ya ka casino hathem Ribhoi.
Bandang penskam syuk ya kejing persya halor kejing temu banwanra ya ka casino ha ke distrik Ribhoi. Ha ka arpusan terik unailar ar hajar arpuar ka kenhuan jong kesenjuk kirang bashnong ka distrik Ribhoi rengkat kinong elam ke kenhuan seng bhalang bakentup ka KSU, RBYF, FKJJP bad HNYF. Kila thau ka joint action committee ban yeng persya ya kejing temu ban bo ya kene ka casino. Ha ka jing elang balapan bed da kesenjuk kirang bashnong ka balalong ha ka yeng dorbar ha paham siem. Lawan banishim benta di kinong elam bah kemat kene kesenjuk kirang bashnong bad kini kisau steli kisang bhalang. Bad harian kejingnya tai ke basani bah lor kene kejing temu jong sarkar la thau ya kene ke joint action committee. Ha ka balajet uba Bibi Makdo u presiden kesenjuk kirang bashnong kumu chairman bad uba Ferdinand K Kharkamni u presiden ke KSU kumu secretary. Ha bakrana kinong thok kubor uba Ferdinand Kharkamni u lapan pau baleng ba kene kejing elang. Ha pedang kinong elam jong ka distrik Ribhoi. Lapan pau baik ya bagian nongrem ban yang persya halor kejing temu jong sarkar ban wanra ya kene ke casino. Ulo angru bagane ke distrik ke belapau bah ke Jelam Meghalaya hagi babon kiliang. Bat kum takim kwa batang na kadau jong ka casino ka balak ban wanra ki kam auria ba kene ke distrik Kenjak Buram. Lada ke sarkar jela ka kwa ban wanra ki kam penroy bat ban kentio ki pat ba kelade ban wanra penban da kinu kilat ban penmi kilat yo kam yo jam ki kun samla balade banwara ke jaka puli ke babiang kumki college sarkar ban plelat ki samla ban yo ke jing nang jing start kam tam ki long yeng ki baduk ha ka jaka jong ka casino la penpauru bahalor ke jing ai no objection certificate daki katuk kan itiligishnong ban ailat ke jing play ya kan ka casino Nagaliang ke Joint Action Committee kalong bagan sawat benya lah kan urukum la ay kane kan no objection certificate. Bat ke Joint Action Committee kan select benya kendo yo Menteri Rangba ke Jela Meghalaya ban IT ke dorkas ban penpawe ke jing persya halo ke jing temu ban bo ya kane ke casino.
Kaba kagawa kan paisno syakari India hau usnem haknai spa propinyo. Ka Sikkim ke Jela kaba paisno syakari India hau usnem haknai spa new pusat. Kini kijela ki belalong develop haduk kata inojor bat ka jela ka jugi kamtam ka district ka jugi tila da mentangi ura ita ki kem khalai kum ka casino ka ba ki ri ki perthai borok ki bala kiu stat haduk kata haduk makiru ki don ka jingi ha ki jingja klia lane ka jingya ongno mar persya lane bait bat pi kata ka jingya dimet kejingya punya bakla yang kun samla kalau ke bakla yang nong elam jong ne komiti bangin ong m lade ban persya ini kaslo terong sim ne karai muntaski borok lang ban lajet hade ka komiti chairman iba ban bohai makdo ibaderu chairman jo ka sunjuk ki riboy jo ka sunjuk ki rang basdong tem riboy yang akum secretary ibaderu presiden KSU bat kumju lang ye ki ru rong ba jong ki rang basdong bat ki kunun seng balang bat hani ka bamenta Nishim ya karai bangin lek kendo ya chief minister ha kiski banwan banai ya koi ka dorkas ban persya ya ka ketem khalai ka casino bat kumjuru bangin ya bu ya ka public rally ka public meeting shaboro ki thain ki jungi ko tabri boy ban mi koi ka sur bat bangin airu ka jing persya syaki bangidon ya jing persya ya ka ketem khalai bat ka jing persya ka jungi ngin persuthu persya ya ki ba kita ki jing jaklia ke marsami hadin jongde nawar langi ong ni pai lada yong ba kadon tak takawai kasno kemelong khana para kalong ke igi babakla namar lada uwei ulayo license kamdan jinge shu ba kiwei kin pan license banyo ru ya license namar kum gawa gidan hadu ndru teli kasino te ngi scam ba kamde tak ka khana para kalong ka kasno le kasami hanongpo kan mi ka kasino haum sning ka sami ka kasino bat haboro kariboy kan sudan bitang kasino bat habadon ka kasino lane ketam khalai pilas tu shaiba bat ki pai baru ha ka temri boy jingiru hitip shaiba ba kadai ka jing jaklia hadu kanu ban kata ya kalong renian ya ki kun samla bat kumjuru ya ka jai beru hi bro
Kinong hikai ke jela hapok kalama jongka Khasi Jaintia Deficit School Teachers Association KJTSTA haksi thoding jongka tayo ke lapenlong ya ke annual general meeting hadan Bosco Hall lai umkra hakabada kispa angut kinong hikai ke lawan banya shimbenta banya tai halor kimat bapher ke bakta ya kinong hikai school Hakane ke jialang kinoyalam bat kidkhot jongke KJTSTA dakispa angut kilawan nakaleng karilum Khasi bat Jaintia kilayatai sani halor kimat kibakinong hikai kia kendu jing'e bat kumju ru banyatai sani ya ke jingdon kam ban kentiu ya ke puli puthi ya ke jela kamtam hakaban ai ki training bapher kinong hikai kenang bakin la bat ai ke jing hikai ke bapura ya ke kina school katkum ke jingya jongkapur ke Presiden jom ke KJTSTA ke konsusans kalaong bahag ke jialang kelia keren halor kimat jing dawa ke baka sorkar jala kadang pensateng ban pun urlong no yaki ke bakan thup ya ke sanpau na ke shispa ke revise pay area ke DCRG ke balapatha da ke 5th pay commission ban pen kiu no na ke lai lak siteng sya ke shipau lak tengka ke ACPS bat kiwei kimat Kalau ongru bamenta kidang but din hakabedai bak kejingsingan jungkinong hikai kibala tray yakakam shua ka arhajar shipo namar nda kila song that kin yo AA kat ba kibatray hadin arhajar shipo kin yo da ka National Pension Scheme ndray haduk menta shim lapen tray kam Kalau ong baka KJTSTA rengkat bat ke GSC kelaya keran da kajing sungtu jingmut bakin penlong ya kajing yaki hendreikin beteng bandawa ya ka hok jongki da ka basya keran bak kasor ka jalla hakaba kato ke ni kimat jing dawa kila urlong bat kidang don pat kibadang sateng hadu menta
Ki padang sa ki bala don on paper ki dai kanika revise pay area pay sa 50% but la ular ro da sarkar bangi yakinong kai ki bala shong thaj but kinong kai ki bala khlat no kin yo 100% rei mangi kin yo 50 another 25 but kan sabut din another 25 kani la de implement na do khat nyo rei hadu mentaki ong 25% every year rei mental ayat sau sengam lu gidang ya dang yo adang 50% tinggi ko aban buat din ya kata but kawai ka diga recommendation jongka ngala ong menia ka pay commission ka ba DCR jingi kadai na do si lai lak siteng kala kun kiyo siya ka si paulak kum kinang pre sarkar tinggi dang ya buat din ya kani bat ngas mutu ba ka file jingi la ada clear na pa finance ling ba ka jingi rap ling ki finance officer sang tu bingin alih ya kedu ngai nu iki ngamnung da jar kerteng hang ni kitip himaki de mano bat menta ka sakut bat ka education ka ba new head of education hang tu shimti kat pung jingi sotu janga de Mr Tiwari indang sotu shwai kini integrities jong kini different categories of teachers but indang shimpor ban sotu ya kani ka jing dawa jingi but train have study ya ka fal but ka shong stang ka Department of Education ban endorse na finance la clear kita artli nang tangi dang ya ki ru kini ki social security jong kinong hikai gi basha employ shwa ka ar hajar shipau bangi mio ai ngin dala shong thaj tingin move yak ingin ko aban move yak sarkar ya kani ka social security bende benyo na mar kinong hikai gi badan hadin ar hajar shipau ki ong kin ai ka national pension scheme meghalaya national pension scheme ya kataro kim pat implement ngas ko na i sa ha ko pingile pingi trend ba walang i ong ba indang kila kin mut ban ay kani ka agency ka ban sa shimti ya katoro ngi kwa ban movie kini kinong kai ba sa employ hadin ar hajar shipo ti kidon ka sa ka ACPS assured progressive career scheme jika meghalaya mangi kinong hikai kim dan ka chance ban yo promotion tingi di ban yo ada ka enhancement ka ACPS kadang dan sa kato bangin ya chakmat kita kini kimin but ngapa man ong sa kawai ba kani ka new body ka shim kya ba ya ka students welfare ni kwa ban raise ka quality of education na kata daw habas dang ka meeting iba i teacher trainer ay bala recognize the government iba don hang iba ni i aging trend mene and quality of education in Meghalaya but ni kwa bang raise ka index jung ka quality education jungi kam sa jong lang bat ki jalla ha ka mainland India
Kinong belasngi casual jongga school ba Northeastern Hill University nehu kibadan menta hakajeng yaki nakabanta ban penrung kampura no yaki hakala ma jongka all nehu workers union ANWU hak arpolai tarik unailar kela penbana baki kloy ban weng no yakajeng yaki ladaki bor penyat bahalor jongka nehu ki kloy ban ai daki jingtho ban tung kampura no yaki Kinong belasngi casual jongka school ba Northeastern Hill University nehu kibadan menta hakajing yaki nakabenta ban penrung kampura yaki hakalama jongka all nehu workers union ANWU hak arpolai tarik unailar kela penbana baki kloy ban weng no yakajing yaki ladaki bor penyat bahalor jongka nehu ki kloy ban ada kajing tho ban tung kampura no yaki hakajing kran bat kilat patai kubor ka vice president jongka ANWU kakong iba nong room kalaong bakum kinong tray hakatai ka school ba kim don jingshun yak nihu ni ya vice chancellor hendreki kwa da ka jingtho hado ka jingda wa jongki banthung kampura no Shushu kapen pau baka jubab jong visi kam ya ha bat ka RTI bakila yo hakabede baka jingdon jong kinong balasngi bat kumju ka bible la jongki kaya tho bakat kum ka RTI kidon laispa arpolai ngut kinong tray hasilong campus bat laipa khandai ngut hatura Nakaliang jong General Secretary ka ANWU uba teni Shabong ulaya thu bakadaw ka penlong yaki ban mi Samadan ban penlong yaki yaki ka bajai rengkat bat ka jing tangan kadai namar ka jing menti jong ki bor bahalor bat ka jing mi jong ki khamtam kilong kmilong kpa kadai ka bakila perkhat bha bat baro kadai namar ka jing torti jong ki bor ki bahalor ula banrap
si hajar kendai spa khadan ngut kita ki nong belas ngi hani hu hendrei kat kum ka RTI bala file the illegal of advisor jongi kam shimladon kum kita bat ka jing yo jong kini ki nong belas ngi ru hakasis ngi kabut yaki unskill ki yo sanspa san paulai shi benai kapoi khat khandai hajar ar spa ar but ya ki semi skill kalong rio spa ar something ka shi sngi but shi benai ke poi ar puai hajar sau spa sau pulai de ya ki skill kategori pat ke de nyo spa lai sau tingka hakashi benai ke poi ar sau hajar sau tingka but ya ki highly ke de pras pa an rio tingka shi sngi shi benai ke poi ar rio hajar khandai spa lai pun rio tingka Henry ya kani kat kum katuka order ke balapha hina ke ministry kani ke latest mo ka order balapha hina ke ministry ke jingyo hi ke jongi sisngi ya ki unskill ke dei san spa san pulai tingka ladangi khanya ka shibnai ka poi khan rio hajar lai spa prapo tingka te kumta hi ter ki khatra hajar san spa shipho arpui hajar nyo spa arpho arpulai hajar praspa san pho tingka bat ka bahe do ka dei kani arpulai hajar praspa san pho tingka bat nakaliang jong UVC ru hang tu lo ong ba ya ka EPF bat ESI jong ni ru ki ot khat lai percent ya ka EPF kat ba ya ka ESI bat ka dei lai percent nri kani ka dei ka bathok kam shim don kum kata ka jing ot yangi ka ei ka bang ni sha ot yangi kata kat kum ka notification ki bala ai hi nakaliang jong kani hu kila rai ha ka isi ru jong ki ba ka jing ot jong ka EPF kan long khat ar persen na ka EPF but ka ESI kan long iway point nyo pusan persen telada kelumi kini kal poi khat lai point nyo pusan persen ke ti bat nakaliang jongi ru ha ka committee ru nila juya kren hi ya kitu ki dealing assistant ngiong lada phia don kam ban kan thup lam yangi ru ken bengin nyarap halo kita ban compile kita ki data ru ki jongi ken ngilong ki bakloy ken bande yarap yaki ken Henry kat kum ka bapau pat hakatu ka press release kat khubor POE hi hang tu baka ong baka dei nakaliang jong UPRO ba David Pingru ubala kam ya katu baki dei nakaliang ka jong ki bakila ong ba kin ki kwa yang hi bangini yarap yaki Henry em kam shimla don kum kata dei mangi bangi terwahi ya la di ban ong ngilong ki bakloy bangin yarap halor kata ka ban compile kita ki data su jongi
Daka chik thamu banyale ban kenteu ya ka National Cadet Corps NCC ha Meghalaya bat aka than cha tela ngi barok kawai ha ka arpo santarik mentau bana u Lieutenant General u Gurbirpal Singh u balang Director General ke NCC u la lom ya ka jingalang hanong ba shalong ban pen klanya ke NCC bat u la samru ya ka kusnam sha ke arpo wai ngut ke khot jong ke NCC nakaleng jong ka than cha tela ngi
U Lieutenant General Gurbirpal Singh ulu balong u Director General ka National Cadet Corps NCC hak arp santarik nailar ar hajar arpu ar ula sam ka kusnam shik arpu wingut ki khot jong ka NCC nakaleng ki jela jong ka than stilam mingi halor ka jingla joki bentrishtom hak babon kiliang hagane ka jing sam kusnam le don lang u Major General Bhaskar Kalita u balong ru Additional Director General but Deputy Director General jong ka NCC North Eastern Region bat kiwe Habai kran beginong pathai kubor u Gurbirpal Singh uliatho bahakathan stelam ingi kidon shilak tam ki dikot ke NCC bat uliaro ikrukom trekam jong ke Directorate ke NCC ha Shillong ha ka baki kadet kiyo agjihi kai ke bapaka bat dangshan artli ki kenhon jong ke NCC kila sya akan teu kerdan syaka battalion bat karukom ajhi kai kelong ke bapaka bha U Director General ke NCC ulong ba kathong jo ke NCC kelong ban penlong ya ki kadet kum kidong song snong ki badane ke jingket kle ban ajhi kai ki samla bat ban penslur ki bandrong hakikam sipai bal penlong ru ya ke program punit sagar abhiyan ha ban penkhot ki wa aduj bat ki wa ki badap de ki plastik bat ki pensapriang ya ka kubor ki wepat ke jingma na ke jing penan kam ke plastik ka program sima darshak da kabalaya lam ya ki kadet chigi jaka kaput ki badan marjan bat ki wei pat kiri bane kran bat kendu ki sipai ki bayang bane dai kari ulong ba ka National Disaster Management Authority ke jo ajhi kai ki NCC ha ka baidai ba jingwanan shop ki bor ka mariang kumta ki kadet ki NCC ki laru bane don bentalang ha ka ban ajing kershan ha badan ka jingwanan shop ki bor ka mariang
more than 1 lakh cadets from this region in NCC. And recently we have in water area expansion, we had given vacancies to NCC units here. I am very happy to see that enrollment and participation of all cadets of all NER region in NCC activities. The current state of NCC in Meghalaya is also very nice. We are having enrollment from every place for NCC. recently 2 of the companies of NCC have been upgraded to battalions, and we are having enrollment and activities in all of this area. So the standard here in the state as well as the standard of training here has been very nice. And one of the aim of NCC is also to make a situation or make condition for our cadets to join the uniform force, and also the training facilities which are available with our uniform force, be it army, be it paramilitary force, be it any other force, we utilize them. So we utilize their facilities, and also we make them in what they call it as Seema Darshan. We take the cadets to various border posts. We make them interact with the personnel posted there. The senior officials there come and interact with the cadets and motivate them. Yes, there are 2-3 programs which NCC is doing. One is Puneet Sagar Abhiyan, and Puneet Sagar Abhiyan NCC, it's slowly turning out to be the world's biggest movement to clean the water bodies of plastic waste. So NCC cadets and also the local population here, wherever they are collecting together in spreading awareness on all the ills of plastic and trying to clean all the water bodies of whatever way they can of plastic. The other issue, initiatives, what is being done is the Seema Darshan, in which the cadets are being taken close to the border areas. Also, they interact with the forces which are deployed in the border area. They visit them and they see how are the soldiers there are living. So these are 2 initiatives which is happening. Also, as you are aware, there is a higher power committee which has been established to look at the future, how expansion on the role of NCC should be there. As and when the recommendation of the higher power committee is accepted and directions are given by the government to us, we are accordingly going to act.
Ban pinne hakijing tho halor kijing ja hak history jong khasi nado palat arspas nem menchua kadai ka thong jong ki babun ki kraw par khan jong kani kari lom khasi bat chantia bat ka kot ka banin kong ka bala tho ruba John F Kharshiyeng bat u Dr Bot Hi Sanbor Rani ki bala tho shapang ka history jong khasi kadai hakas nem arajar khat khandai Kenang baki pat ba kin sok ban tip tikna tangi kitarik bat kisnam jong kijingja hakan dikakanti kini ki arngut kinong tho kilapen mi sekawe pat kakot kabala pelat pat ba hakan dikatayo hak jalang kebelalong hak arpo santarik menta unailar arajar arpo Hashalong College la pelat pat ba yakakot kebelatho do ba John F Kharshiyeng bat u Dr Bot Hi Sanbor Rani kebel aikerteng The Khasi States, a brief historical timeline 1771 to 2017. Yakan nikakon la pelaj pat ba hakan nikasngi daka principal jong Hashalong College i Dr E Kharkongor kom ka kongsan hakajialang ringkat ke head of department ka Khasi department Hashalong College i Dr E Nongbri ringkat ki wede ki bla shokot sngobha shakan nikajialang haba batai langkot sepangkan nikakon uba John F Kharshiyeng ulayathu bahadien ba mau ringkat u Dr Bot Hi Sanbor Rani kilapen mi yakakot ke bekil ai kerteng the Federation of Khasi States, History, Epistemology and Politics. Kaladan kijing ajing mut na kinong puli kiriu khamat bat ki start kot ki balapan sngau badai ban petang ya kijing thokot ka ban kedo bai tang ya kitarek kom balabu hakakot ka baningkong bat en batai langkot ya kijing mut jong kijing ja hakasan pathai ka bedai bat katarik hagi arspa saupon riusnem balalen kata nadu kasnem si hajar nyo spa nyo pawai hadu hajar kat nyo kumta hakani kakot kabla aikerteng The Khasi States, a brief historical timeline 1771 to 2017 labu thup burunti tangi kitarik kasnem bat kijing batai langkot halor kijing ja klem da tho jrong lani batai bnia halor kita ki kam katkum kitarik dak babut lengkot ikijing batai kinong tho kinget bakane ka kot kan long ka banang pensuk banyarap kham tami kino yalam bat kino sensyar nadu kishnong kirat hadu ki hima kari ban su tho bat sha ya ka nong rim bat history jongki khasi hapo kabri uhinyo trem
maybe I was more ignorant in all these aspects, concentrating on the subject that I have taken an interest and I taught. This is an amazing book by John Kharshiyeng because When we talk, the general notion of our Khasi in our Khasi society is that we lack documentation and that we lack so many things that will highlight, that will make things clear about our Khasi society. And even now, we live in an era of information technology. We have advanced so much in academics. We have the NEHU, we have Khasi departments, we have so many things academically also. But there is still so much of loopholes that exists. And it seems we are ignorant on so many things that really affect us as a society. So this book is very precious, I think. I am confident. Why? It documents events from 1771. That means it illustrates the history of the society. And you know what? History, it emphasizes, it illustrates, or it provides the basis for our identity.
Dakajing temu banyale banwan ra ya ka khuit ka suba bat ban pinyo e ka jaka bret nyut ka bapaka na ka banta ki pat ba ka than bernihan ha ka ar phaulai tarik unailar ka Federation of Khasi Jaintia and Garo People FKGGP bat ka office jongs em ka raj marwet kila jurep e ki jaka banyo pen kalano sa ka jaka bret nyut kat kum ke ni ka juk start ka bamanta.
Halor ke jingdan kam ka bakar ki jong ka than bernihat banyo no e ka jaka ka bapaka bantai kum ka jaka the anyut lane ka solid waste management na kaliang ka kunhuan sang bhalang jong ka Federation of Khasi Jaintia and Garo People rengkat bat ka office usiem ka raj marwet kilishim khia banwat e ka jaka ka ni ka than bat la sedang ru ban jurep ya ki jaka ki ban la ban penon kam ban penlong ki kum ki jaka the anyut la ban kedo ba ka than bernihat apo ka raj marwet Keladon kam ya kawi kejaka the anyut ke bapaka baniada na kejing berat pathar kejaklia bat ban pendek pensa kejing kuat ya kena kathan. Ha kaban kalian kinong ngelam ke FKGGP hapo kejing ngelam uba lumlang maunai u presiden ke FKGGP North Khasi Hills District ilalit bani kendu UCM karaj marwet uba Ken Siem. Bani keren halor kene kebenta. Na kaliang kinong ngelam ke FKGGP rengkat bad upaiem karaj marwet ha ka arpulai terik unailar arhajar arpuar. Lalit banjurip iki katu kini kejaka kebedan ha karat marwet ban pentikna bagi ni kejaka kemdai kebedan trai lani ke balat ru na kejingdon jeng kisnong githau uba lumlang maunai ule thu ban kaliang keseng kedap da kejing sokya ke bajur halor ke jing bamdon jaka jaka thenyut ke bapaka ha kathan bernihat ke balabu jing e shikadai e ikipat ba nong song snong ulong bagaseng kedon kejingkit klie bat dangshan kladep bani kendu upaiem karat marwet ban shimkhya halor kini kejingdon kam na kaliang upaiem Ken Siem ule thu ban kaliang ke office karaj kalalong ke bakloi ban kit lang ya kene ke bentah ban penio ek jaka ban bo ek jaka the nyut ke bapaka. Ulia thoru bahadin ke jing toket halor ke jaka ne kaliang ke office kelai jing tip badan ke jaka ki bom dan try komta la penlong ya ke jing jurip kini ke jaka ban shim ke rai ke bakat do la ki long ne em ki babiang ban penon kam. Hendrai hakani ke jing jurip lalap bakini ke jaka hapo karat ki de ke penon kam de kinong rep. Bat ke jing don jakawa kumta shim lala ban shim ke rai bat ondang pet pat de ki begi ke jaka ka ba ula pen pau bashan on la ban pen urlong no ke jing don kam ban pen hio ke jaka ban yo ban te ki nyut ha ka rukom ka bapaka.
Te habai dai bat kene nak liang jengi keseng ngi i bagini ke jaka ki don ru serum jaka rep jaka riang jengki bai ba bat ka don ru kawa sti serum dan nak liang jengi ngimpat ihun ya kene ke jaka namar ba ngi kwa he ke jaka ka balong kham jengai nak jaka rep bat kham jengai ne ki wa duit ki ba kan long sya ka jing khoj ki jing suba namta ke than marwet hi brok away namar ngi i kum ba ka than marwet hi brok away menta ngimdon ni ke jaka thenyut ane ke jaka ban thang ki nyut ane ban spoil ki nyut lang ba ki scheme ki bofer jongka sarkar te ngiwan hangne ban pan ke jaka nei paim ban karpat i paim ba in penyo aingi ya ke jaka knang bangila ban yo mathe i ki nyut ki ba nado bornihan ter saduk kiling teranga saduk piling kata kinwan be ha kejo ke benta bangin pelong baik ke jaka thenyut si jaka baik
bekidon kata kejingbut ke berkat ke bengai ba apa ki ya senang serum TQE ba kini ke jebok jaban hakini tanjung kilang ngambun ki beri bisu berat pathar baik tentu te sutnat ni kata kejing i jangai jung ki ba lahdin habut ba kini ke jebok jaban hakini ki tanjungi bernihat aneh pokrai mabet te kio kin berat kai support nala support linti support saking te kidon kata kejimut ba ong ini wat ketika jaka ban the kata kenyut nomor bala bun plat kini ki jimbe pathar ki nyut te ngi nak liang ka dekat bat kini ka seng PHP ngi nak liang ka doba rai merwet ngakum sumra ba hoi ngi la ya wat kato kan ki jaka handai in pedio kata jaka ka ba kham biang ne ka ba like bam don jingwit kano ne ka ba jangai na ka snong ru bat na ka wa ru bat na ki jakarep jakariang hande ka we ba kum ka jing perkhat i jangai jung kini seng phalang te ngarung kadang kata kemesim benyate lang bat ki te kadang ka we ka jaka ka ba angla de plan bat we try amkon pau katang mentah ne te la kular ma i kata jaka te ngaru akmat jung kini ka sang bedum brom ne PGP te ka jaka te hoi ngina yo tang ba mentah ngipak pe ye kata jaka ngsa le pe bat hawe kasi ban bu ye kata jaka the nyut te don bok ba dak jing ko ble ba jing trilang jing ba kana ka kam jing kan success ba kan nong kan bhai ka eki nong song jing sai ne ka thang
Unong yelaka mixed martial arts bapau nam ke jela Meghalaya u Johnny Nongrum ulawan ra nam bat burom biang ye ke jai ben rio bat ya ke jela da ke jing job ya ke national kickboxing bat national MMA kabala long Halakno Uttar Pradesh hadien ba urang yelaka umpade banyak kun persya shimla not shu ban aireng ya u Johnny Nongrum
Urang ya kura mixed martial arts ke jela Meghalaya Johnny Nongrum sahisen pat ulala banwara ke nam bagubura ke jela Meghalaya hadian ke jingyo jung ya ke jingjob na kelumpung ilakai national kickboxing bat national MMA kabarang skot dangchan ha Uttar Pradesh ha kanong ba Lucknow ha kani kelumpung ilakai u Johnny ulayo banra ya ke jingjob hadian ba unong ilakai ubadi benikun persyayu shimlanut satya ban ke hukerensan ne ban aireng persyayu tak hidup u Johnny ulayo ban khor ya u belt ke jingjob na kani kerensan na kaliang kinong elam ka Khasi Students Union North Khasi Hills District hak arpusau terik unailar arhajar arpuar kilalet pediang buram ha ke jingelam jong ulambok Joseph Rembai como Vice President bat kiwi ban pediang bat pengkup buram ya ujoni nongrum. Ubdeiru Sports Secretary ka KSU North Khasi Hills District. Ha bapen pau ke jingkemen halor kan dengan nam ga ba ujoni nongrum ulawan ra. Ulapan pau bawa la ke jingpen kre na gebenta ke lumpung kelalong ka ba kham e bha na gebenta ju. Henry kemensin ne kun bat ke jing terang ban kot chikathong. Rengkat ke jing trishtom ulala asisha ban warra e ke jing job ban penen buram ya ka jela Meghalaya khamtam ya ke distrik Ribhoi. Uba Lombok Joseph Rembai habakran ha ke jing priang buram ya ujoni nongrum. Ulapan pau ke jing kemen ke bakrau halor ke jing la ajong u ban warra e kanam ya ke jela naga ke rensan ya lakai ke belalong sabar ke jela. Ha ke bakum ke seng kalakit bok ke druang ya ujoni nongrum bo nang kiau ke kamel akai. Bat khamtam na ke benta ke jing pen kre aju bali isim benta pat Syakrensan kaban salong Shabari kaban salong Shen Hataki.
Kena ke jing laka juga kalau nak kaba langsung surrender nu openen juga apa film nu cuban mental ni banyak kun kan. Di ngam kop ngam sorong ni ngam keloi kan ni dengan subata yapi. Ba haba fil along bala perkre. Di cuba ikan salia bahi banyak kun yapi. De nuswa ban oi samlaro ba dan hagini gilan hani sports ba practice bet man kasi buat kuslai yang ega bersaja ke job ne ke drum ne andai apa fil along bal akhre ke job kalau abut be jepi kadang kamha kata bandan nomor ba sagi wagi district sagi state nonong sorry kidon gini gitim ba julet wat ye gini gidong lakai man pen yo admission apo jongka kene Sports Authority of India saya hajalla jungi i padon ni kan ya kidang don nak coach kidang pentip banduan jaga selection ane sabar kidon de gitim ki bali wat ye gini kena kibadon sa kam sekendong balong remote area ba kim yo objective ya ka ba don ka scheme ne ka program ka babu dari sarkar ne daga government te lada sene hasti jungi lada doni kata kin bun bahagi kena kiban mi khmat ya jalla jungi itu te habudan po along ro dan daga jingkerpat ya gini gi nompe po along ban alat yang abangan protes te protes itu ladi itu bat awala don itu te kamut ban su kut no Kemudian bansu up no ban lano ban lan no ne ba pin su du jikerman no de ban penne ba ilade kata jing terang jobi apa ladon de ban praktis rupa de semla gorang la kam tang aku ong ba uji du jikerman nomor minta naga government ka sedang ban pia la kiti jongki ya jirap scheme kili stipend yang scholarship kelas tangbun ada pinang kam menewat jiktep kemudian approach dia kan kasabento ya pi
ceprang gori ceprang gori
Kalong ke basung tenat bat ke ban aimen se mi ki weipan ha ka ba wei usam larang ba ka jala wat la umla ban kren ni yo sngo ndai da ke jing don ya ka men se ban ya kun ulala ban thom ye ki jing e baro bat ban job ye ki jing ya kun bat menta unlait ban mi khmat e ka ri India ban ai reng ha ka International Arm Wrestling Championship ka ban long ha ka ri Turkey menta ka snem unia usam la ubam lait kren ni ya sngo udai Hubert Palyar ubana ka snong maurok maule ba nanong Stone West Khasi Hills udai unong ya kun kti bapau ke jela ha ka badang shen ulay kur artli kita ka maksar ha ka san pausan kg senior category ha ka physically challenged ha ka 44th National Arm Wrestling Championship ka bala long menta ka snem ha Hyderabad Kejing job jong New Samla kala aimen sim ye ki weipan bat ulawan ra anam bat buram ye ke jat ben riu bat ya ka jalla barok ka wei New Samla rang ba ulapan kre bhai la de bat treshita mat bat men sim ban ya shim banta ha ka International Arm Wrestling Championship ka ban long ha ka ri Turkey ha risau arajar arpoan kat bau New Samla udang pen kre la de ban le mi khmat e ka ri India ha ka lempung ya kun kti nakalyang ka office jong menteri rang ba ka jalla kala ajing arab shilak san pawajar tengka ya Hubert Palyar ha ka si balang jong katayo
kacing itu kacung iong la dan long iong la tresitom mak ila tresitom ya kata dapat apa ni ba ikut cung iru ila ong ba fimde ban shop la di fimde ban jaitu namar ba ha kacing ila ka shopo international kamde ke masuk ketika ba bat kinong ila ka na shithiru kide kipla pet bahai ong te ikut cung ai semi ba phidibin tresitom Pinterest hitam di film di bensu yang lejong apa video panok halaru pat kibain napo international ti iladan hi kata kacing garman bai murai kata kacing job pat ila ong ru bai don ya kata kacing skam balani kata ka por jong kacing nget ka kat ong nak kata ka kacing long sim shenrang ba in murai kata ka job ya bacai pendiri cumi kacing irap kacing chief minister kalalong ba shilak shiteng ting aku beli pangi dan baga jingrap jeng iru ira yolat berhenti simenta sithi kacing lekai kacing kade kacing lekai arm wrestling ke balong shen hapo Turki hau benai Oktober kita ri kade she khatsa hadu apply benai Oktober ting aku beli pangi nam ta jeng mai lai rap ilo jema banyak ben simenta sithi ngai aku beli pangru ya paro ki pa jung kari khasi ke jeng khamtam ki belan ho sinyang mo la de di jing yarap ibaret ru ni pediang ni kata namba ka jing yarap ka jong phi hing sala pat pat onong ya ka jing kwa ka jing thrang ka jong ina du bin sim ban yo ban ya le shi ta shi kacing practice jong i ban ni simenta shi la ang ba kacing practice ka ba kun sang di step shwa step I practice andala de bang tu ila tri kami e kum tu ila te sejeng tre ila tre hari nung tu janmiet ila sambale sejeng chaporanja ti ila samban mi dai balai baji ti yola ban practice ba akanta ni shikanta shite kat kum kapor ramal ba ka ma ila khamjengai galeti namal ba isa shipung balai ti habale practice chatu renja kata hi kacing practice kacung yung la tresitom ru hayeng ba ila tresitom mai kata bat practice hayeng ru dari pori ba handiak ru kata
Lengba kani ka khubor mentakas nginya phasha ka men sim ngolem jong ka we ka long kme ya ki para breu ka balapan lot ya ka spa ka phau jong ka banyo pen bit pen biang lem ya ki para breu khamtam kito ki bawan na ki long yeng ki badun abha ka yo ka kon bat ki ba hayeng hasam kem kot bor shu ban ri ban somalia ki wat la ki poi sakarta ka ba ki la dei ban shong that no bat ban shu im ke ching im tang ha ka bari ki khun kseu bat dan kam sho ban tre ye ki ki bakhya kane kadai ka senjam kaban aiman sem ki wei pat ki riu shimet ne ki kan hon bakin yakit ya balam ya kalengkor hake emlang salang kanang baki kimi ki patem men jongki kin yo ke jing em ka bapura kat kum ka hok ka baki de ban yo tunginya kmi shipor ya kani ka kubor
kawai kalong kami kaban kani kanong ba shilong ikong Victoria walang ibasong basa hala chumia Idai kalong kami kebadan di kejing sung iat kebamayan di riu temen kebala kamno kerta bat nado gisnam ba menshwa idan di kejing angnut ban yo seng ya kayang ban ri kerpang ya riu temen kibaki kon kikti kem kot borsho ban ri yaki lani kitu riu temen kibam don nong pet nong sumarsho ha kebaki kon kikti kila kentat no yaki kani kejing angnut jong kani kalong kami kala urlong dang kendiat benai mentah Habai kong Victoria walang iliolat ban tiet ekajaka ha kasnong nong sder ha umroy ha ke distrik Riboy. Bat peniyang ya ke yeng paki hangne ban penurlong ya ke jing angnut jong i. Lengba ka kenhon jong i ka ba ilai kerteng Kripa Victoria. Rengkat ukun jong i usamla syarat walang bat ki wei digit khot jong ne ka kenhon. Haki arsenam belalet kila trei borba ban penurlong ya ke ne yeng ban ri ki riu temen ki badai tangki kenthai. Kabala ai kerteng Kripa Victoria Senior Citizen Home ha kani ka yang paki ka bah khmat ka bamenta dang dei tang armala ha kamala ka basyapo la penlong kum ka kamera ai bam rengkat ka kamera songkai na ka benta ki bahayang bahasam ki bawan ya kendo ya ki kime temen jongki
nadu mensuai ba ngalit siapa Singapore di perlok janga ia lam yang ya hakawi ka uli chum pinya diki one of the organizers I don't remember the name utau director pin yang akan baru saudong kadon 10 acres ti ngalong so impress namar kadukom ba ki pembiang ki kamera ki private rooms nang tade ki coffee shop ki khot iki mo kini kita men kumtu dala janit ki sele songkai kumtu ke di coffee nang tade uyalam beauty parlor ki dan la ka jong beauty parlor but every week on a Saturday ki penkap snu ki penek facial and all that ki batmen de nang tade ka don ko kaya jaka ka ba utility room bagi khot ka laundry room ka ba he ba te katu kan ka pelong yang ba kum kan ni ngakwa ban set up apa selo ladang don pisah tang ba latip hi kajaka ni don kam ka bahe nang ta ban yo sponsor ban build up kat katu Jakarta not possible tinang tu den one sapo Calcutta hapo uli chum jo ka Mother Teresa hang tu ki bon bahaki temen mo nangapet iki kawan ka jumbo nga bale ki wan bo iki hang ni kim dan khon dan ti tang ba I salute the sisters namar katto phau ngot almost touching 100 or more than that kila dedicate themselves te ben take care kini mo ki basa lalong bala su sa ino ben dalawan pa sa sulong ong khon ong ni ngam ke bele ingat tang palat ke tang bangam ko ha ba nin sumali ki kumakatu ka standard ke I want them to give the best ke kan kamlong hai ke nama kanus nam ki bapli ke ki de ban lek na kani ka pathai da ka jing pho sam rakhe mo te ngong ni ko ngong nimla ke ban bo adu kumta kan di spa te nimdan pisai dan you know and it's very challenging ngong in sang di ibarat in ngong ko nim di ban charge tang ba in what bnya kan shop in khot ikini bagaimana sa bani will give them the best
Hakani ke joka mala la buru ekajaka ban eksamen ya ke basitom. Rengkat ke kamera ban pentia kerpang la dadon ke bapang basitom. Hagaba andan kinong sumar ke balak tebet kentop ikinas baro arpsau kenta.
Has made it very wheelchair friendly, number one. Number two is we've kept provisions in Pinkiew. You know, there's always going to be a provision for perhaps an elevator, you know, Bakindalit Kiev Shajrong. And we've spaced it out, kid. Shubomenta, like at the ground floor, Nilabo ki dining room, recreational. So everybody ki one kendo lang te become meet niya don lang. And moreover, the nurses station is there, Bakin Aidawai. And the 24 hours nursing facility. Moreover, in the ground floor as well, nilaya boka sick room. So anybody who falls ill that needs intensive care, so to speak, Nyongman will keep them in that particular room for isolation, you know, for any sicknesses purposes. So that is the main ground floor that we've done. So it's going to be any children that want to come and meet their parents, kila aban kendo in that ground floor.
Ha kamala ka ba Shajrong kadon arbenta. Kawai kidi ka kamratia na kabenta nyongut ki mayit maydot ki bawan ki longyeng badok ba. Ki bamla kot borsho ki khon ki kti ban sumariki. Bat na kebentai kini kinyongot on ri on sumar ki klem kejeng sia wat tang kendiat ru. Namar kini kini katong jong ikong Victoria wa alang. Ha kaba nadu mentai leken show pisa luparu ban penbiang yaki nadong syadong.
Kani ka bangasif mo, kani betik situ. Like fix ka bangasiran, monthly kani situ. Kamdan compromise. Nalong pun namar ba kawai mo tibangi siya mang to bantray do kide ban bantray da kamansim ban ajing it kide ban sumar hok ikini mo kapisa hoy bro hoy dan kam kapisa mo namong ba dan kapisa kidan kam hinama ba kidan kayeng kasab gyapet di ko titi mo tang ban pinu ki bawan trehang to kide ban da kamansim te ban minting ban ajing it iki hindi ban liat top net te
Ha kini kejo kamala badon ke kamera na kebenta ki nyongut ki bamdon kamban siu. Laboru salai tadi ki kamera tia ki bala bansa marway ne ki semi private room. Ha ke bala penbit penbiang na ki television kaja kalit bar bat ke kamera sum. Hendrai kini kamera pat ki dai na kebenta kito ki ba ki bahayang bahasem ki kot bor ban siu. Ban bo elaki kemegi kepa hang ne na ki daw bom lakyar.
On the first floor, what we've done is Nilaya split the building into two sides. One side is the dormitory, seven-bedded dormitory. They have their own personal cupboards, as you've probably seen, and enough washrooms, four toilets and two baths. They have the handrails. Again, the bigger bathrooms are wheelchair accessible. So up to the bathroom, they can easily be there, get a bath and everything. And the private rooms, what we've done is 2 bedrooms. They have one attached toilet. Reason why we've done shared bathroom is because most of the times we do not know. There's certain studies whereby the aged people, they happen to slip in bathrooms. So, just banchudan bintahang tote that if somebody slips, maybe somebody wants to go into the bathroom, no one's answering, they can call on the bell, so we can open up the bathroom, see if everything's okay. So it's just basically not that we don't want to give them privacy, but it's also safety measured. So that is what we've done with the 4 private rooms. Of course, they have a balcony sit out. We've made sure that the fans will always be there, so all domestic lights, be it fans and lights, will always be there in the premises. There won't be any power shortage, or at least we're trying to reduce the power cuts in the facility.
Ha lendat jong na kayeng paki ke baar mala. Kidon pat sa artuli kiyeng ke balamang bantia na kebenta arngut kiro temen kentai. Hendrai ke bala kam janai ke rukom penbit penbiang yaki kamera. Mari rung hapo, nengkong kidi ki kamera songkai, nang ta ki kamera tia rengkat gijing tia ki bakam he, ki kamera banbo iki marbam mardi rengkat bat ke fridge, bat ki kamera sum badon lang bat ki jakalit bar, bat ki wei di gijing dan kam.
The reason why we've gone into a little bit of detailing in the cottages is because sometimes somebody is spending time in their own house. They have all those amenities, right? They already have a fridge. They already have, like, let's say Western toilets. They already have a really good king size bed, for example. They have visitors visiting them. But perhaps out of loneliness, they don't want to stay in their own home anymore. They might want to use our facility as their new home. So we've tried to make it as comfortable as a home. It's not that our building isn't, but our building is, of course, like shared resources, right? So there we've made it like as if it's your own room, your own house, and you're just making into home. So a lot of detailing has gone into constructing that, and I'm sure the people who come there will feel that sense of homeliness, that okay, this is like my home. People can come and visit me at any time. So that is the kind of feel that we've decided to give them.
Hadian baladap penbit penbiang lot ya baro gijing dan kam hakini ki yeng bandri ki reu temen ki badi ki kentai. Haka khat kendai terik mentau nailar ar hajar arpuar. La plepat ba agni ki yeng da unong seng jongka Kripa Foundation u Father Joseph Pereira. Ubalalong kongsan na kajingelang ringkat ka jingidan lang ke secretary jongka tenat ka kot ka kya ka jela Meghalaya ikong Rosetta M Kurba kum kesembut kongsan.
I feel katanga project ne, to tell you frankly ne, kani ka project ne, it give me so much of happiness and satisfaction. This is the last. I want to relax now. Labiang kato. Tangba, I told him that we'll make sure that whatever we give them, we'll give them the best. Forget about in one kapisa. We make this project. I never thought that when you pisa, when taking a building, I never thought of it.
The other thing is that, of course, there's a lot of room for development that we have to continue. As I've mentioned to you yesterday, that if somebody passes away, we need to have a chapel, where we can leave the body aside, for prayer purposes, and also, that is something that we need to sort of do as soon as possible as well. Then when it comes to the outside part of the building, what we've done is we've made some lawns, for them to sit out. Yes, of course, we need to develop the place. We thought of having, maybe swings there, little huts whereby they can just get shade huts, but we've also created like a little barbecue area. If children want to visit their parents and want to celebrate a birthday, we can do it outdoors,
te paralok da kitu ki kubor ngi la poi sakabakut jang thup kubor jong ngi menta ka singi ngin sa shambyang bat phi la sham ta yo kublai ship